It is dark. It's been horrible the entire day. Summer is over. It's officially September, and lighting's not ideal. So let me try putting this on. Oh, it's not plugged in. Much better. But I wanted to do a get ready with me whilst I answer some questions. A question per product, but I didn't really take into account that it was going to be this dark after work. Otherwise, I would have probably done it last weekend because I needed this to go up. And if you are not aware of what this challenge is, where have you been? I feel like this challenge is almost as old as my channel. Actually, I don't think it is. My channel, I think I created this in 2006. My first video was uploaded, that's currently on my channel. It's private, but it was uploaded in September 2008. My very first public video, I think, is in November 2009. So yeah, it's been a long time, and I've been doing this challenge, I think, for over 10 years. So it's been a while, and we're on 1,450. Essentially, I have found a questionnaire which was posted onto the site LiveJournal, like when were these, like in 2007, around that time period. And the 5,000 questions, obviously more geared to blogs, so you're meant to like write down your answers, but I decided I would do it in video form, and I am kind of now committed to doing this all the way up into 5,000. I've been doing this challenge on and off sporadically throughout the years, whenever I kind of remember, and I haven't done one for a while, and then pick it up and try and pick up where I left off at. There are obviously some questions in here that are going to be repeated. There's going to be some questions that are skipped because the person who wrote these might have like missed the number out accidentally, and then there's also going to be probably ones I just won't answer, so I'll skip them just in general anyway. So with that being said, lighting to be damned, I apologise, but we're going to, I don't know, do some face makeup whilst I answer these questions. So firstly, I'm going to put on my lotion, suntan lotion. So 1,450. Are you afraid of the future? I'm afraid of like literally the next day. It kind of scares me to think that like at some point in the future my family are probably going to pass away before me. The idea that I'm going to be like, you know, forever alone. I used to be able to predict, or kind of, not predict, I used to be able to dream of what my future was going to look like, and now I feel like it's just blank. So yeah, I am definitely afraid of the future. I don't like thinking about it, knowing that in the future I'll have less people to rely on, and yes, it scares me a little bit, just a little bit. Gonna use the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. 1,451. What will you dress up as this year for Halloween if you celebrate it? So usually for Halloween I meet up with my friends. I think we are doing it this year too, but I think we're doing it a couple of weeks after Halloween, like middle of November. I don't quite know yet if the plan is for us to dress up or not, because you know it's going to be past Halloween. I don't really know if there's any point if it's going to be 2 weeks after the celebration of it. But if we are dressing up, then I have a McLaren F1 race suit for Daniel Ricciardo that fits me. That is like a backup if I can't find anything else. Yeah, previous years I have dressed up as Morticia Adams, as Where's Wally, and I can't quite remember what else I've dressed up as. Oh, I dressed up like I was from the 80s in like a very garish tracksuit from like the 80s. The foundation I'm going to use is my Charlotte Tilbury Magic foundation in the shade Fair or Pale. 1452. Do you think of some people as not worthy of being your friend? Ooh, that's a tricky one to answer. Like, I don't really have very many friends as it is. I have like really bad trust issues. So if I even have any friends, I mean, they've got to be worth my time and like effort. And you know, I don't want to feel like an outcast or like that I'm part of the friend group just because they feel sorry for me, you know. Like I'm very well aware that I am a loner, that I just am, and that definitely stems back to school. I definitely invest more time in people who I would consider my friends. I'm definitely someone who will cut out friends or cut off a person if I don't deem them worthy of my time. So do with that as you will. Did that even answer the question? I guess so. The thing is, it goes both ways. I have always been the person who reaches out first or always reaches out, so I stopped doing that, and then I realised who my real friends are the ones who message me. And I've noticed in the past like couple of years that my inbox has got steadily quieter and quieter. Alright, I'm going to use my concealer next. This is Fenty Beauty Porcelain. This is in my Project 50. We haven't got very much left of this, which is very exciting. I mean, it looks like we haven't got very much left of it, but I expect it will still take months until I finish it. Next question. If you won $1,000 every week until you die, would you still go to school, or would you still get a job? $1,000 each month is about £700. I think if I earned that every week until I die, I wouldn't necessarily have a desk job anymore, but I think I would use that money to travel, and then use that money also to help better my videos, and also I would to travel, like equipment, computers, maybe actually create something that I can use for streaming, because I did start streaming on my second channel and it just kept on like freezing or not working because I don't have the correct equipment. So yeah, I would definitely use it to help probably this, because I feel like I don't think I'm going to ever stop making YouTube videos, at least not in the near future, because I love documenting my life. So I think I would use the money to travel. I'd use the money to better my equipment. I really need a new vlogging camera. To get a new vlogging camera, I really want to get the Sony one, but I don't have any money to afford it. I would also, yeah, probably give a lot of the money to charity, because you don't need all of that money to survive. 1,454. What is the most difficult job you can think of? It's something like very sciencey, so like a forensic scientist maybe, or like someone whose job it is to like miners. Is probably quite a taxing job. I would also say maybe air traffic control. I feel like it's probably quite difficult. Like this bomb disposal. How do you say that word? 1,455. If you could decorate your room with any theme you wanted, what would you pick? So when I moved into this flat, which was 5.5 years ago, 6.5 years ago actually, when I moved into this flat, I redecorated the entire flat, repainted every single wall, repainted the bath because it was a garish purple. I put in new carpets and like flooring throughout the flat. So yeah, I kind of like how it is as it is, but if I had the option to redo it, well, if I wanted to, I say, I always have the option to do it, but if I wanted to redo it, I think I would like a rustic farmhouse kind of vibe. I think I would like that. I would like it to be clean. I would like to have like hard floors and like, I would like to have, yeah, hard floors. I would like to have like underfloor heating. I would just like it to look like a very nice place. But I don't have the space. My dream is to kind of buy like a little cottage somewhere with like the old beams and things and have like that rustic feeling. Like the farmhouse kitchens are my favourite kind of theme. So yeah, one day, once I earn £1 million, maybe I can do that, but there's no chance anytime soon of that happening. So 1456. Of the following bands, which would you be most likely to check out? The Roxy Music, the Magnetic Fields, or Kraftwerk? So the only one out of those three I know of and have heard is Roxy Music. So I guess I'd have to say them because they're the only ones I've heard. 1457. You and your partner have been together for 6 months or longer. One day they want to go to a strip club with their friends to hang out. It's their night out and you aren't invited. Would you be upset by this? I think if you have a good relationship with that person and you fully trust each other, I don't think it should be an issue that they go out to a strip club, because honestly, just because they're going to a strip club doesn't mean they're going to be unfaithful. Just saying, like, you can go to a club and have fun, be in a relationship with someone else, but go out with your friends and be fine. So I have like no issue with it. Like, it's not obviously my sort of scene. I'm not into clubs. I'm much of a person who likes to stay at home and not go out. But I have been there in my university years, and you know, some people just prefer, or some people just like that kind of scene. So if they do, so be it. It's a bit like if you let your partner go out to like a Hindu or a stag night. Oh my god, I just spent like far too long trying to find this when it was right in front of me. Okay, I'm going to do my brows next. This is my mini eyebrow pencil that's in my Project 50. By the way, I'm not intentionally sharing every single item that I'm using. I just want to kind of do this questionnaire. So, 1458. Can a person avoid dying if he or she does not believe in death? No. I don't think anyone can avoid death. I think you can avoid death until you're like in your 80s or 90s, but everyone is going to die eventually. There's no way that anyone is going to forever be alive. Like, sure, you can be like the healthiest person ever, you can believe in all the superstitions and make sure you never are in those situations. You can be the safest you can possibly be, and you'll probably end up still dying in like a freak accident. Kind of want it to happen quick and fast and not know it's happening. And I want to, is it kind of morbid to say, I don't want to die old. Like, that's my worst nightmare, is dying old, knowing that I'll have like lost everyone by that point, most likely. Like, statistically, I'm the youngest in my family, and so like knowing I'm probably going to outlive my brothers, but I'm definitely going to outlive my parents. Yeah, I'm terrified of dying and death and stuff like that. I don't like thinking about it. It makes me feel really anxious. 1459. If someone sings songs that they don't write and they don't play instruments or mix the songs or have any creative input at all, are they a musician? Yes, because so many pop artists do this. So many artists that you see or hear every single day on the radio, on TV, on stage, a lot of them just are there for their voice. None of them are there for their musical capabilities otherwise. So I know so many bands that I followed as like a child who just sang the songs and they didn't know music and stuff. So yeah, I mean, like, I'd say Westlife is one of the bands that comes to mind. They're well known for covering songs and singing songs other people have written, and rarely, if ever, have written their own music as far as I'm aware. Maybe they have now, but when I was into them when I was younger, I don't think they had done. And I followed them because of their voices, you know, just because they can't do all the other stuff, they can still sing. And your voice is an instrument, because you have to learn how to sing. Some people are naturally gifted, as they are with playing musical instruments. Some people are just naturally gifted at being able to play. Same can go to your voice. Like, I can't sing. Like, I like to pretend I can sing, but I can't sing, so I don't have that gift. But I have the gift of being able to play piano, guitar, and flute. So, who knows? 1460, what do the following stand for? So, what do the following words stand for? HTML. Okay, well, I mean, this is part of my daily job and what I've been learning and doing for like the past 15 years. I actually started working around this time 10 years ago after finishing university for web design, so it would be insane if I didn't know that HTML stood for Hypertext Mark Language. FAQ stands for Frequently Asked Questions. FAO, something agriculture organisation, food and agriculture organisation, I think. Something like that. In my honest opinion, IMHO, in my honest opinion. HIV and AIDS, I actually don't know what they stand for. I think I've only ever kind of read them as the acronyms. I don't think I've ever looked into what they stand for. I mean, who does? I don't think I've heard anyone say the full name of them. I also kind of forgot that AIDS is not like what it's called. I mean, it's what it's called, but I didn't kind of realise that that was a shortened version of it. And then R&B stands for Rhythm and Blues. Another one. 1461, what does the world owe me? The world owes me a partner in crime, a best friend, and someone I can live and grow old with, and happiness. 1462, do you read plays and books or just get the cliff notes? I don't think I've ever read a cliff note. No, I don't think I have. I think I've read plays. I know I have read plays. I've read a couple of plays. But I read books, I read plays, I read the whole thing. If I'm gonna read something, I'm gonna read the whole thing. I'm not gonna read like too long, didn't read like synopsis of it. That was a rogue football that was just up in the air there. I've got Jade Thirlwall, or just known as Jade. I've got her Angel of My Dreams song in my head and it's really annoying me. It's like really catchy, but it's been stuck in my head all day and I'm like a little bit over it. 1463, what do you want to get out of life? I want to just be like really happy. I don't feel like I'm very happy at the moment. I feel like I just kind of like hide it, put it under the rug, whatever that saying's called, suppress it. But in general, I don't feel like I'm very happy. I definitely focus that into different things, like hyperfixate into different things to kind of keep my mind off it. Like a big thing that I do when I'm in those kind of moods is cleaning, going for runs, going for walks. But yeah, I want to, I don't know, not change the world, like obviously I'm not doing that, but I would like to, you know, travel. I would like to be able to see things. I mean, I've travelled a lot, not gonna lie. I have travelled like to 16 or 17 countries of life, but I would like to, you know, be able to do it more long term. That would be like amazing. I would like to do like longer term cruises, because I could only kind of get away with having like a 7-day cruise at the moment. 1464, do you know what is really important to you? I would say family and trust, because I feel like I have been very mistrusted in the past, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I am always so alone, is because I don't really have a big group of people. Even if I'm sat in silence with people I know, like just like that time, I feel like that's like my love language. Trust is a huge thing with me. Like I find it very, very, very difficult to trust people. So if you're in one of my little inner circle, just know that you're very rare to be in there, and it's not something that comes easy to me. It's trusting people and being friends with people, because I don't know how to do that. What trend, 1465, what trend has been getting on your nerves lately? Not gonna lie to you guys, I don't really follow very many trends. I feel like a lot of trends are on like TikTok, and I don't really use TikTok. Like I have an account, I downloaded it for like 3 months and then I deleted it, and it's kind of stayed that way. I don't really like using it. It's not my cup of tea, so I don't really know what the trends are. Like sometimes I see some of the dancing trends that come over onto like YouTube Shorts sometimes when I accidentally click on them, but yeah, no idea what the trends are to know what is getting on my nerves. The only one I do know is that Pedro meerkat, whatever it's called, not meerkat, was it a meerkat? Raccoon. That raccoon, whatever it is called, yeah, that is very annoying. I don't like that. I feel like that's not very current though. I feel like that was like a few months ago now. But it still stands. It still stands as something that annoys me a little bit. What if I did this whole video in black and white and then kind of, ta-da, this is what it looks like? That would be hilarious. Anyway, 1466, do you forgive yourself when you make a mistake? Yeah, I definitely don't dwell on it. I mean, literally last week, I thought I was on the top floor, because I live on the top floor. I was going to go out for a run, basically, and I was on my phone going down the stairs, and I was going down the stairs, and my left earpod wasn't connecting to my phone, so I really wanted to come back upstairs to like reconnect it and like fix my AirPod issue. Anyway, I was so ingrained in like a text message conversation I was having with someone that I tried to gain access to the flat directly below me, because thinking that it was my flat, and I was honestly like 2 seconds away from like wondering what happened and why my key wasn't working, when this guy who I've never even seen before or spoken to opened the door and was like, I think you've got the wrong floor. And I was like, oh my god, oh yeah. Yeah, so I don't dwell on my mistakes. Like that was a mistake. That was something that I just wasn't really thinking, and honestly it's not the first time I've done that. It's the first time someone's been home, and I've not done it in a long time. I think I did it probably when I was like in my 2nd year of living here, and I moved here in 2018, so it's been a while. 2 times out of 6 years, it's not too bad, but I do feel really bad because it probably felt or looked or sounded like I was trying to break into their flat. I wasn't. I just was kind of getting over a migraine, and I wasn't thinking. So that happened. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in a vlog that's coming up at some point in the future. I'm sure I vlogged the whole, well not the whole situation, but I vlogged when I came back upstairs. And anyway, yeah, so I don't dwell on my mistakes, otherwise I would be forever living in my wardrobe, hiding away from the world. Literally. 1467. What tiny little very small thing has made you hugely happy? Wow. I would say, I mean, I don't really know, but I feel like I'm gonna go a little bit cheesy, but say maybe this this necklace of mine. So this necklace, it has 2 stones. They're both, I think they're diamonds. Oh, they are diamonds. I don't know why I forgot that for a second. But these are 2 stones that were in my grandmother's, my maternal grandmother's wedding ring, engagement ring. I think my mum planned to give it to my brother, and then he had already kind of sorted out a ring for his future wife, my now sister-in-law. And she decided to make, my mum decided to make these into different pieces of jewellery. So I think she made a couple of necklaces and some earrings, and yeah, I got a necklace with these 2 stones in them. And I guess that makes me really happy because it, you know, I wear it every single day. I have done for like 2 years now since it was created or made or whatever, and I love it because it kind of reminds me of my granny every single day. My granny did pass away when I was like 14 years old, so it has been, it'll be 20 years next year. So yeah, it's been a while. And she was my last living grandparent as well. I only knew my mum and dad, I only knew my mum's parents. My grandpa, I think, died when I was in single digits. Actually, his birthday was quite recently and he would have been 115, which is insane because he had my mum, or they had my mum quite late. So anyway, that's some information, a little tidbit for you guys. 1468, can you read body language well? I wouldn't say I'm like the best at it, but you can definitely tell because some people don't hide it very well. 1469, do you look people in the eye when you talk? I definitely try to, but I also feel quite like intimidated doing so. But I like doing so just to kind of show that I'm, you know, paying attention. Because not having your eyes looking at you, you never know if you're paying attention or not. Like, it might look like you're not really paying attention, you're not like focusing on them, you know. It's not very good. Like, if I'm making these videos for you guys now, if I spent more time not looking at the camera, I mean obviously I'm doing my makeup so I'm not looking at the camera all the time, but when I'm talking to you guys I like to try and look as much as possible into the lens, because then it looks like I'm actually talking to you guys, versus when I'm like looking up at the screen above me, above you even. I'm not looking directly into the lens, I'm looking at the screen, or like when I'm looking at the light, when I'm looking at Millie who was just over there, or when I'm looking down at my phone. 1470, do you notice if they aren't looking at you in the eyes? I mean, yes. People who say no are liars, because you can definitely tell if you're talking to someone, you can tell. But also I would like to caveat this and say that I'm hard of hearing. 1471, are you alert to opportunities? I mean, I get alerts, but I also like to have no change. So the least change possible, por favor. Alright, there we go. Makeup done. It is literally getting dark out there. So depressing. And it's only 7 PM, so winter is indeed on its way. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope that was more interesting than usual. Really wanted to do this video this week, but I didn't just want to sit and like read the questions out. I wanted to do something whilst I was doing it, and so I decided to do this on a rogue Thursday evening. Now I need to edit this video and upload it for tomorrow. Sunday, I'm hopefully gonna have the next vlog out. No promises, because there's a lot of footage to get through and edit, but that is the plan, is to post a vlog next. So time will tell. This lighting in here is terrible because of the spotlights, but yeah, only time will tell. Let me just zoom you up like this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Hopefully it's gonna be a vlog. All the footage is on this SD card though, so we'll see.